Imagine you're given a choice. Take $5 million right now, or receive a single penny that doubles every day for 40 days. At first glance, the $5 million seems like the obvious choice. But in reality, that doubling penny would grow into more than $5.5 billion. This is the power of exponential growth, something most people fail to harness. Now, let's apply this concept to building wealth. The traditional financial path, the slow and steady route, tries to capitalize on compound interest. Too early, when the numbers are too small to matter. It's like trying to surf a tidal wave while it's still a ripple in the middle of the ocean. The real force of compound interest only appears when the wave is near the shore, when the numbers are big enough to make an impact. Let's dive deeper into this idea and uncover how anyone can position themselves at the tipping point where money truly starts working for them. Why most people never see the wave. Most people are taught to start saving early and let time do the heavy lifting. But here's the harsh truth. Saving small amounts and relying on single-digit interest rates is like waiting decades for a wave that never arrives. A 10% return on $5,000 only gives you $500 a year. Hardly enough to move the needle. If you're putting away a few $100s a month into a savings account yielding 3%, you're essentially floating in the open ocean, getting nowhere fast. Sarah's story, the limits of traditional saving meet. Sarah, a diligent accountant who has been faithfully contributing to her retirement fund since her 20s. She prides herself on being disciplined, maxing out her 401k contributions each year. Yet, as she approaches her 40s, she realizes her nest egg isn't growing nearly as quickly as she'd hoped. Over coffee with her friend Mike, Sarah vents her frustrations. I've done everything right, saved aggressively, invested conservatively. But I'm still not close to financial independence. What am I missing? Mike leans forward, his voice calm but firm. You're playing the long game, which is great. But you're starting with such small numbers that even decades of compounding won't get you far. Compound interest works best when the base amount is already substantial. Sarah frowns. So what do I do instead? Wait until I'm rich to invest? Mike shakes his head. No. You need to focus on accelerating your financial base before relying on interest. Build something scalable, then let compound interest amplify it. The fast approach. Positioning for the surge wealth isn't built by collecting drips of water, it's built by controlling the flood. The financially successful don't rely on small compound gains over decades. They position themselves at the tipping point where money starts working for them in a big way. Instead of waiting 30 years for compound interest to have an effect, they focus on rapidly increasing their financial base. Here's how. Create a scalable income source. Instead of relying on wages, instead of trading hours for dollars, build a system that generates income even when you're not actively working. This could be an online business, intellectual property, software, or automated services. Take Alex, a fitness coach who initially spent hours training clients one-on-one. Despite his passion, he hit a ceiling. There were only so many hours in a day. Inspired by other entrepreneurs, Alex decided to scale his efforts differently. He created an app offering personalized workout plans and meal prep guides. Within 2 years, his app attracted 50,000 subscribers paying $10 per month. During a podcast interview, Alex reflects on his journey. I stopped trading time for money and started trading systems for wealth. Now, my income grows whether I'm sleeping, traveling, or relaxing. 2. Leverage high-growth assets. Focus on vehicles with exponential potential. Instead of trickling money into low-yield investments, focus on vehicles with exponential growth potential, such as businesses, scalable products, or high-impact real estate ventures. Consider Lisa, a graphic designer who noticed a gap in the market for customizable design templates. She created a library of downloadable assets and uploaded them to an e-commerce platform. To her surprise, her templates sold like hotcakes. Encouraged by the response, she reinvested her profits into developing premium tools, expanding her offerings to include fonts, stock photos, and video tutorials. Within 3 years, Lisa's digital products generated 7 figures annually. At a networking event, someone asked, "How did you know this would work?" Lisa smiled. "Honestly, I didn't, but I focused on solving problems for designers like me. If you provide enough value, people will pay for it." 3. Multiply money. Before relying on interest, the rich don't use compound interest to get wealthy. They use it to maintain wealth. A 5% return on $10 million produces $500,000 a year in passive income. That's when interest truly becomes powerful, when the numbers are big enough to make a difference. David, a tech entrepreneur, understood this principle well. Early in his career, he avoided luxury purchases, channeling his earnings into high-growth investments. He started with angel investing, funding small startups in exchange for equity. After a few successful exits, he reinvested his profits into municipal bonds, dividend stocks, and real estate syndications. Today, David earns over $50,000 monthly, without lifting a finger. Reflecting on his strategy, David explains, "Compound interest is amazing, but only if you've got a solid foundation. My goal was to multiply my money first, then let interest take care of the rest." Positioning yourself at the wealth tipping point. Most people spend their lives waiting for small financial drips to accumulate, hoping that one day they'll have enough. But wealth acceleration is about positioning yourself where the numbers start working for you. The key isn't just to save. It's to build an asset that puts you at the tipping point where money generates more money. Emma's breakthrough. From drips to floods, Emma, a teacher turned entrepreneur, struggled to break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Determined to change her trajectory, she began documenting lesson plans and educational strategies she used in her classroom. Initially, she shared these insights through free blog posts and webinars. When demand grew, she packaged her knowledge into an online course. Within months, her course became an automated income stream, earning her 6 figures annually. Encouraged by her success, Emma reinvested her profits into rental properties and dividend-paying stocks, creating multiple layers of financial security. Today she enjoys complete financial freedom, traveling the world while her money works for her. During a Q&A session, a fan asked, "What advice would you give to someone just starting out?" Emma paused thoughtfully before responding, "Focus on scaling. Don't aim for perfection, just start. Once you've got momentum, reinvest everything you can. Let your money fight for your future." A conversation about momentum one evening, during a casual gathering, Alex and Lisa found themselves discussing their journeys to financial independence. "You know," Alex mused, swirling his glass of wine, "most people think wealth is about having a big house or fancy car. But the real luxury is freedom, the ability to choose how you spend your time." Lisa nodded in agreement. "Exactly. I remember feeling suffocated by my old job. Now, I wake up excited because I get to decide what matters most each day. That's priceless." Their conversation turned practical, as they offered advice to others eager to follow in their footsteps. "Start small," Lisa suggested. "Find one thing you can sell or automate. Don't aim for perfection, just start. And once you've got momentum," Alex added, "reinvest everything you can. Let your money work for you. That's how you build lasting wealth." If you want financial independence, don't wait for a distant tidal wave. Build the momentum, get to the shore, and be ready when the real force of money kicks in. That's when wealth transforms from effort-based to fully passive. And that's when true financial freedom begins. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, are you still stuck in the cycle of trading time for money? Or are you ready to build systems that generate income without your constant effort? Because the truth is, the tools for achieving financial freedom are available to everyone. You just need to choose to use them.